Hello. One of TimeSite's most important features is the ability for your staff to submit their timesheet and for your managers to be able to review and approve those timesheets. If you have the timesheet approval workflow turned on, your staff will be able to see this button up the top of their timesheet screen, the Submit button. They can review their timesheet by looking at their summary, and once they have completed entering all their timesheet details for the week, then they can submit their timesheet. They may wish to put a comment in here, so we'll just complete this comment. And then they click on the Submit button. They will get a message that says, do you wish to submit this timesheet for approval? And what we're going to do if they hit OK is to lock the timesheet. We don't want people making changes to a timesheet that they have submitted for approval. You'll notice here that we've got some information that's popped up to say all the records in this timesheet are locked and the timesheet is awaiting authorization. So TimeSite has two workflows that can be turned on. One is the timesheet approval workflow, and the other is the timesheet authorization workflow. We're going to talk about both of those workflows during this tutorial. Your managers will receive an email or a notification to their mobile app saying that there is a timesheet for them to look at that requires their review and approval. So a manager will be able to go to the Approve screen and see for their staff which timesheets require approval. Now there's a filter up the top here, so they can filter by user, they can filter by date, but the most useful filter typically is the filter by timesheet status. And one of those filters is called Actionable Timesheets. And so if you click on Actionable Timesheets, you'll see just the timesheets that are awaiting a manager's attention. You'll notice also that there's a few other aspects to this screen. They can see whether timesheets contain GPS coded records. And if they click on the link, they can go to a map and see where the timesheet records were submitted, where the timesheet records were recorded on the mobile device typically. They can put their mouse over the more information icon here, and a little window will pop up showing the status of that timesheet. So let's look at one of the timesheets that has been submitted. We click on the row. Just get rid of that little message there. We can see the timesheet records that are included in that timesheet. The manager can drill down to the timesheet record to see more details if that's appropriate. And they can also use these tabs here to look at the history of the timesheet. So when was it submitted? And you'll notice that there's also a couple of records here that talk about the timesheet requiring authorization. By authorization, what we mean is some projects within that timesheet require authorization of the work performed on that project, probably by a client site manager or your own supervisor for the project. When the timesheet is submitted, we'll send an email to the people nominated to receive that authorization, and they can reply to that email. And once they have replied, we'll receive that reply and identify that project as having been authorized for the work performed on it. You can also see additional login information from the user just to see what they've been doing with their timesheet. Once you're confident that the timesheet is correct and accurate, then you can set the status of that timesheet to approved. Now, if you're not comfortable with the timesheet details and you require the user to make some changes or attend to any additions, then you can have the timesheet set to resubmit status, and you might put some comments in to tell the user why you're asking them to resubmit the timesheet. What I'm going to do is approve that timesheet. So I'll set the status to approve and apply those changes. And the timesheet now shows in our system as having been approved. Thank you very much.